Live now.
Yay!
So hello, hello, hello.
Hi, everybody.
And we'll wait till everyone, that wants to come into the live to come in. But it's evening here and I hope you guys had a good Tuesday.
Right.
I did, and it was a beautiful day today. I was really enjoying this weather that we're having.
Yeah. Not
This
too hot, not too cold.
right, like we're getting a spring.
Praise God.
Yes, praise God. Thank you, Father. Because sometimes it's like, yeah, winter and then boom, straight to summer.
Yep.
So I'm like,
And then we go to melting.
yeah, so I really, excuse me, I'm really appreciative of this weather is beautiful. Like if spring temperatures could be all year round, I'll
Yeah,
just
I
be
would
like,
stay in a place like that.
yeah, I'll be so happy because you can just dress in layers and you don't have to have like big bulky coats on because the wintertime I hate big coats because I feel constricted and then sometimes then you're like sweating under the coat and
Yeah.
it's like but then you can't take it off because it's cold outside.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just like, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
It's like, what do I do? I do. I'll be like, ugh, I hate the big bulky coats. Now I like a jacket, like a light jacket, but big bulky coats is a no no. Just like no. But yeah, we're still waiting until some people come in. And if people don't come in, that's fine, because we don't want to drag this out.
Yeah.
We'll talk about what the title of this video is, and if people decide to check it out later to playback, that's
That's
fine.
cool.
But we're at 2 minutes, so I guess we can start.
Mm-hmm.
Because like I said, hello to whoever came in.
Hi.
Um, we are talking about convention safety. We have mentioned it on our channel a few times, but wanted to go a little bit further.
Mm-hmm.
Um, it was some articles that Christy and I were seeing with some crazy things, that happen at some conventions, and we just want people to be aware out there, to stay safe, not trying to put, fear into anybody, but we just want you to be vigilant and alert and think about these things and please share with other people that that is attending some conventions because summer is approaching, a lot of summer conventions, big conventions. So yeah. So you wanted to add to that, Christy?
Yes. So one of the main things we wanted to kind of focus on or emphasize was talking about safety for conventions is one, just being aware of your surroundings. That can be several places. So like going to the bathroom. If you're in there and you've come to the convention with a group of people, definitely bring another person with you. Don't go in there by yourself. And if you have people that are waiting for you outside, bring your cell phone with you in case something goes down, because you just never know.
Right.
Um, or if it's a situation where you drove to the convention and you're parking your car out in the parking lot, or maybe the parking is in like a more urban area, things like that. You still should be aware of your surroundings, where you parked your vehicle, what kinds of people that may be out and about that you might encounter. You just got to be vigilant, because unfortunately, just with those kinds of things that come to different areas, the locals, they know about those things, so they know that people will be there. And in the midst of that, there are people that are going to be looking to, target people, because they know that they're a tourist. They may not be familiar with the area. And so, you don't want to unknowingly or even just willfully make yourself a victim, So you got to be aware of your surroundings and just, who's around you and things like that. Especially like if you're going to like a parking lot or walking to your hotel late at night and you're by yourself. if you see like a group of other people, congoers, we all know our own. You know, maybe just politely approach them and just ask if you can walk with them if they're walking in the same direction. Or if you're by yourself, you know, get on your phone, call somebody, and you know, talk to them as you're going, and also being aware of surroundings. But talking on your phone, so if something does happen, you're talking to somebody, and they were the last one that you spoke to, and they could alert um, the police and things like that if something were to go down.
Yeah, because came across some articles which
Mm-hmm.
really wanted to talk about you just need to be careful what you're posting on social media.
Mm-hmm.
I know some of us may be excited to go to these events, especially like the real large events, because I was just like, OMG, like at for San Diego Comic Con back in 2024 and 2025, they had made some arrests because it was some like smex trafficking going on. They had to arrest some people. People were trying to, solicit people for smex at that convention.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just like really have to be, just really be careful what you're posting because you just don't know who's watching.
Mm-hmm.
Um, you're it's nothing wrong with sharing like your cosplays, whatever, but just be careful of sharing like your locations and things like that because you just don't know who's watching and they're like, oh, okay, they said that they're going to this convention
Mm-hmm.
and you go there and that person they will find you, because since you're sharing your location like nonstop,
Yeah.
they will find you and they may try to come, off as a, kind person and, to get you to let your guard down. And
Convince you to follow them out
right,
somewhere off the grounds of the convention.
right. Um, because some people at conventions are very friendly, but you just have to, you got to have discernment and not be so trusting because, certain conventions and events, they may serve alcohol and that individual, like I said, that may have was stalking a person online, they come to them and they try to come off as like a friend or whatever, and you may get some alcohol or they be like, oh, I got some alcohol for you, why don't you take some,
Don't accept drinks from people you
yeah,
don't know.
don't accept drinks from people you don't know,
Food either.
food either, like Christy said. And if you're, with your friends that and you like we always say, if you have to use the bathroom or something, step out for a minute, uh give your drink to your friend to watch it.
A trusted
A
friend.
trusted friend, I should say.
Somebody that you've known for years, not somebody you just met at the convention
Yes.
like 5 hours ago.
Yes, yes.
Please.
It had to, yes. But it was just mind boggling to hear that at San Diego Comic Con that happened. And they
Mm-hmm.
said, the signs to look out for, but you just don't know. And they said like the real big conventions is more common for that type of stuff to happen.
Yeah, because they're using the size and the amount of people that are so tightly packed together. There's so many things happening at the convention,
Right.
and they're using that as a as a guise to be able to, one, to attract people,
Right.
and then also to lure people out
Yeah.
and to lure them into smex trafficking.
Yes.
So you have to be careful. You're going there, for a good time, and you're going to experience a convention and things like that. But there's people that are plotting.
Mm-hmm.
They're plotting. They're looking at your, your posts,
Right.
and they're scheming like the whole time. Like you might have waited 6 months to go to this convention. In 6 months, this person has been plotting and scheming, and
Yes.
they waiting to get their hands on you and take you somewhere, and you never see your family again.
Yes. And even if you, let's just say you don't have social media, or if you do, and you wasn't sharing that you're going to, particular convention, just I'd be looking around like
Mm-hmm.
everywhere. Just be paying attention, be vigilant. Like if you see a person and you notice that they are following you, let the staff know. And a lot of times too, I know there's a lot of conventions that are now starting to have like police presence there,
Which is good.
which is good. Let them know, like, hey, this person, because I've heard a lot of true stories too of a lot of stalkers at conventions. So
The other thing, as well, if you see something that's happening and you are like an observer and you're seeing something possibly go on, like don't just stand there. I know like a lot of times like people kind of freeze when those kinds of
Right.
things happen, but even if you just say hey real loud,
Yeah.
that may startle that person that's attempting to, harm that person,
Right.
and you may disrupt something that's about to happen. um because I mean we're all there to have a good time, and we're a firm believer in just being your brother's keeper.
Right.
So we're all there. We all have interest in anime and animation and
Cosplay.
cosplay.
Mhm.
So we're supposed to watch out for everybody.
Right.
Not saying you got to go there and run up on them and all that stuff. I'm not telling you to do that. So don't say that we told you to do that.
Right.
But let a staff member know if you see a on an officer. Let them know. Don't just stand there and just film and not say anything,
Yeah.
because there's been a lot of crazy things that have happened as well with that. Like a woman actually got SA'd on the camera,
Yeah.
and people just filmed it and they didn't do anything.
Yeah.
That was on like a subway train.
Yep, it's a lot at other places too.
Yeah.
But yeah, so if you see something, please speak out. And that goes for like online too, social media. If you're seeing like posts that people
Mhm.
are making talking about, harming someone or whatever, or they
Mhm.
planning to do XYZ, you know, please let police know.
And the victim, let them know that you see what's happening and that you support them.
Right.
Don't let them just take that and let them feel that they're alone in this, because unfortunately we've lost too many people in the convention scene and just in the nerdum
Yeah.
scene that have been victims of online bullying and just other bullying in general, and
Right.
they didn't feel like they had a voice. They didn't feel like they had support, and unfortunately they decided to unalive themselves to rid themselves of the all of that ridicule and criticism from people,
Right.
and it's unfortunate.
Yeah, it is.
So
Yeah, so we just wanted to share that. Just, be careful because I mean, a lot of conventions are coming up, a lot of summer cons and things like that. So just want people to be aware and alert because I don't feel like they really talk about this enough at conventions.
they don't, and especially if if you're going and you're a minor,
Yeah,
you definitely, I'm sorry, but you need to have a guardian there that's at least 18 or older. Really, I say 21 and
21
old.
and older. Mhm.
That's just me. But yeah, because there's just so many things that happen and that could potentially happen, especially with underage, attendees and things like that. And they, even adults, the underage people do not definitely have the mental capacity
Right,
to, make a thought out decision. So we gotta be careful about what we're posting on the internet, because there are people that look up to us that are
right,
watching and that are impressionable. So, and they may pattern after what they're seeing other people that they look up to do
right,
and put themselves in a situation that they may not necessarily want to or know how to handle.
right. Because there's one more thing I think we may have touched up on, I don't remember, but like if you are on social media and you do plan to meet someone online, maybe you've been talking to them for a minute
Mm-hmm.
and you guys both happen to be going to that same con, that's cool. You want to meet them, but do it in a public space.
Yeah.
Have someone with you, but
Mm-hmm.
be where there's a whole bunch of people around because you just don't know. People can pretend like online. You could be anything online, be anybody online.
Mm-hmm.
And with this AI is so real now, like realistic. Like
Yes.
you just because you could be like, oh well, I video chatted with them, I talked to them, on the phone and things like that. I heard their voice, but it's like that could have been AI.
Yeah. So don't, if they're like, well, you can come back to my room or my hotel. No,
Yeah.
stay on the grounds where the convention is being held. Go where there's very highly populated area. A good place I'll say to go is like the exhibition hall where they're having like the
Yeah,
vendors and things.
vendors. Yep.
Go there, but do not go somewhere off and talking to them and things like that because you know sometimes like there's let's just be real, there are people that are wolves in sheep's clothing
Uh-huh.
and they are looking for victims, okay? So you gotta make wise decisions.
Yeah, you can't. It's nothing wrong with being new people, and I'm not saying because Christy and I, we met a lot of people that we talked to on IG in person,
Mm-hmm.
but we had other people with us,
Yep.
But I'm just saying you have to be, smart and use your discernment. And if you do meet them and you feel and you have someone with you, but you feel something is off, you better trust that
Yep.
your gut. If you feel like, they're nice, but it's just something is off, yeah. You better trust your gut with that.
Yeah, because that feeling is there for a reason,
Right.
and it's never wrong.
Nope.
It's never wrong if you decide to forgo and you just totally ignore that warning. I'll tell you, it's gonna be bad.
Uh-huh.
It's not gonna be good.
Listen. So, and I'm sorry, we were, really wanting to put this out here, so I didn't want y'all to think we're ignoring y'all, but hello Jordy Castro, and
Hi, Jordan Castro.
hi, and hello Go J Leaf Go.
Hi.
Hi. We thank you guys, for coming in. It's more people in the live as well, but
Hello, everybody that's
yeah.
come in.
So,
Thank you for coming.
yeah, thank you guys for coming and listening. We just want you guys everybody to stay safe. That's all, because like we said, conventions are fun, but you gotta stay, vigilant and safe out there. So that's all. Um, and please share this live with other people, because this really needs to get out here.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so and go J Leaf, go. The emojis that you're using for this live are really cool.
What kind of emojis?
Let's see. Oh wow. The emojis are cool. But yeah, I think we've covered everything. Did you think we covered everything?
I think so.
Okay.
But yeah, please have fun, but be safe, be wise.
Yeah, we're definitely going to end the live now because our puppies are barking. But thank you guys.
Bye.
Bye bye.